Alright, if you've not watched before, I'm Bertie D, and I'm by far the best watercolour artist in this room. I'll tell you 3 facts about me, sen. 1, I can't read. 3, I can't count. And 7, I don't paint these paintings with my bare hands. I've got human hands, innit? But, by the way, if you want to do us a favour, right, then smash the prescription button. Well, no, don't smash it. Press it gently. Press it gently and look after your stuff, innit? I suppose, while I'm telling you a bit about me, son, I may as well tell you a bit about my family as well. I've got a stepbrother called Doofus. They call him Concord because of his nose. His nose don't even look that big. It's in proportion with his teeth. He can eat an apple through a letterbox. He's got a bit of a speech impediment, but you don't really notice it after a bit. What I'm doing here, by the way, I've mixed up a wash, a thin wash, purple colour, what I've made out of light red and ultramarine blue. And when you paint a thin wash over a wash that's already there, that's what you call a glaze. So I'm doing a purple glaze. What it is, my light's coming in from right hand side. So this one pouring in there, this is my shadow coming from that wall. You heard about all these butterflies causing earthquakes and that? We need to get rid of them. They don't done out anyway. It's like bees. Bees, they make honey. So they're useful. What do flutterbys do? Apart from causing earthquakes? No, get rid of them. Oh, if you watch me brush here, look. I'm doing what's I call following me contours. So like there, going over that grass there, I go up and over that grass, and then I dip down where that path is. Up and over grass there, look. And then as I dip down there, look. And then as I goes up towards that wall, that's like a slight incline there. So I curves that up slightly. That's called following your contours. That you've got to be aware of that. Whenever you're painting like a piece of land, you want to be aware of your contours so you can follow them. And these shadows are brilliant for showing the shape of your land, where it dips, where it goes up, where it's flat. You know what I'm saying? You know when dogs bark at each other? I wonder if that's how they talk. Mine, when they're barking, it always sounds a bit aggressive to me. I always wonder if they're in an argument. Perhaps they're swearing at each other, telling each other to sod off and that. I wonder if they're thinking barks. I've got a motto I have, right? Listen to this. It's, if you think, you stink. What do you reckon to them apples, eh? If you think, you stink. Mine, Doofus keeps telling me I stink. I'll tell you what, I bath more often than he does. He's lucky if he has one on his bofty. He's been calling me Fatty Bumbar. Keeps asking me, right, if I've ever fell out of both sides of bed at the same time. It's alright for him, right? He's dead skinny. He has to run around in showers just to get wet. He went for a tattoo, right, on his arm, and the tattoo artist says, most I can do is a straight line. I might get one of them gastric bands fitted on one of my stomachs. Oh, but by the way, probably ought to mention, right, that shadow what's coming right across bottom of the page, what it is, I know that in a bit I'm going to be painting a tree on that right hand side. So I'm pouring the shadow in now because I know what I'm going to be putting that tree in later. So if you know you're going to have something in, you can, you know what you're on with and that, innit? Like now, all I'm doing there now is adding a bit of moist water, bit of damp water, and just softening the edges of that shadow. So whenever you paint something in, if your edges don't look soft enough, just dampen your brush, go back in with just a damp brush and just soften the edges. And because shadows quite often has got a nice soft edge in that. I've been watching news. They reckon that we're going to completely run out of oil by year 2030. As long as we don't run out of petrol, I'm not that bothered. They reckon that we're not manufacturing enough for our own stuff in this country. Well, I reckon 90% of our imports come from abroad. I'm just pouring a bit of brown paint into that path, just to darken that path a bit. I'm using light red, but whatever brown you've got on your palette, don't think you can't paint along with me because you ain't got these exact colours. I've got an interesting fact for you. Do you know what the most stolen book is? Apparently, right, it's the Bible. Well, I reckon that's a good thing because if they read it, they'll get to that bit where it says, "Thou shalt not nick stuff." And that'll be the last thing they ever nick. Real imitation, innit? If a UFO lands, is it just called a UO? I reckon we need more gravity so we can float.